So my name's Mike Hallock. I built the Iron Giant, which is based on a movie. The movie came out in 1999, and this is one of the scenes from the movie where Hogarth, the boy in the movie, wanted the Iron Giant to spin him around in a circle. So that's kind of how I built it. I use a metal armature to support all the weight. There's a motor inside of it, and it comes apart into different pieces so it's easier to move.
Okay. This is a super impressive build. What kind of was your first inspiration for this? How did you decide you wanted to do a build of this size?
Really, it came down to scale, because with Legos, if you don't build it bigger, you can't get as much detail. So I wanted to get more detail into it, so that's why I decided to build it this big.
Okay. And you can see some movement there. It spins around. How does all that work?
There's a motor in the middle, and the torso fits on top of the motor, and that's all basically all how it works.
And how's this breakdown then for shipping as you move this from, take this to conventions? Obviously this is quite a big build. How's that work?
The torso comes off, the arms come off, and the head and shoulders come off. There's a big crate over there that fits around the legs, and those are all on wheels, and then everything else just fits in bins.
And obviously you've got so much gray here. Where'd you source all that from? Was it hard to find all these slopes and different pieces you needed for this build?
It was difficult to find, but most of them came from BrickFair. I got a few of them. I bought cases at the Lego store near where I live, and then that was pretty much it.
What would you say is the hardest part as you were putting this together? Were there any major challenges or any parts you kind of had to rebuild and rework to get it just like you wanted?
The most difficult part was building the torso to fit over the center part there. And it was an engineering feat, because I had to make sure that it fit around it and none of the bricks touched so that it could spin freely.
Yeah. I think it turned out really cool. And then so the feet down there you said is supported. You have some kind of metal down there in the feet to support that, and that's all kind of connected that way?
Yep. Yeah, there's a metal armature. It's a pipe actually that goes up through it, and that's the conduit for the electric to go up to the motor.
Yeah. And I just noticed in the head there's some lights as well. How is that hooked up?
There's actually a separate battery inside the torso, and that I just have to turn it on, and actually I have a remote control so I can turn them off if I want to.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. And then final detail here, I noticed the red car, so that was kind of part of the scene that you were trying to depict. What was there a particular inspiration as far as like what you based that off of?
It's basically the movie. So the boy Hogarth had this car, or actually was storing the robot kind of in a junkyard, and this was one of the cars that was a junkyard. That's why the car doesn't have any tires on it. So he just wanted him to spin him around really fast like a carnival ride.